a notch with all you beautiful souls around the globe. Guys, we are back, and I know it's going to take you guys a minute to get into the stream, but I hope that you all have had an awesome weekend or are having an awesome weekend. If you're back home in the States, I want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And yeah, this is a good excuse for any of you guys who've been slagging a bit to go out and show your father some love, okay? Make sure you do that. Today is that day where you can do that and get all mushy, and your dad who doesn't like that stuff has to suck it in. Anyways, welcome, guys. I hope you're all doing good. I am freaking starving like Marvin, and I'm also freaking hot. I didn't turn the fan on yet, but I am going to open the door, get some fresh air in here. What's up, Nicole? How are you? What's up, Jazzy J? What's up? What's up? What's up to all of you guys? Everyone watching in the background, what's up? All the silent supporters. I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you all are doing well. Surprisingly, there's a bit of light in here. I'm surprised that the cameras managed to pick up, the light in here, because it's really dark in here actually. But it's managed to find that little bit of light and bring this through pretty clearly, which I'm pretty impressed by. I'm gonna open this door, and it's about to get all kinds of light in here though. So before I do that, I need to find my freaking mosquito 4000 thingy majigger. Here it is. Get this thing. Shout out to this thing, man. I think it works, man. I'm gonna find out now, because I think this area I'm in, I've kind of heard that it's like mosquito crazy here. So we're about to find out if this thing is all hype, or is it just in my head, like it's just my imagination thinking that it actually works. Let's find out together right now. Hopefully it really has been working all this time, and it hasn't been something that's just been up here in my dome. So, but I'm gonna open this door and get some fresh air in here, and also get ready to do some cooking. Oh my gosh, what a difference in temperature. Jeez, man. It is so freaking cool outside right now. Like, it feels way different. Like, inside the van, like, it's like freaking at least 28, 29 Celsius in here. It's probably about, what, 80 Fahrenheit, 80, 85 Fahrenheit, it felt like in the van, man. It was, like, hot. And then I opened the door, and it's actually cold out. I can't believe how cold it is outside right now, so... But it feels good, because I've been sweating in here like crazy. So, what's up, Charlene? Hope you're well. Also, hope you're doing good. Yeah, good idea, Nicole. Sending hugs to everybody. Lots of hugs to all of you guys everywhere. Much, much love. Much, much love. Okay, I'm going to start setting up, man, and getting ready to cook, because... yeah, what's up, Dwight? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. I'm gonna start getting set up while I keep talking to you guys, because I am freaking starving like Marvin in the desert. So I really need hugs today. Hey, sending you lots of hugs there, Nicole. We got hugs galore for you. I think one of the reasons it gets so many this area says so many mosquitoes and things is because it's actually not far from water. So I think it's like the river is not far from here, and you guys know mosquitoes and midges like that kind of damp area and stuff. So I think that might have a little something to do with it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get set up, because I need to cook something. Freaking got my frying pan, as you guys know. It's good to see you guys again as well. Always good to see you guys. Nothing but love, mad love for all of you. Remember me? What do you mean? Where from? Where do I know you from, Dwight? Are you talking about online in chat or somewhere? So you have to refresh my memory. I freaking see so many people. Colorado. Oh yeah. Dwight, Colorado. That's right. Hell yeah, I remember you. I remember you, Colorado, my peoples. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I remember. It's like the thing is like, there's so many names that I see every day in comments, in chats, in freaking Messenger, and freaking all of other social media platforms besides YouTube, like everywhere. There's a lot for me to remember, name wise. But I do remember our conversation. I remember chatting to all you. You all know. What's up, Tyson's? Will you be going to any concerts this year now that the pandemic is winding down? No, I probably I'm planning on putting on a couple of shows, but they're all going to be live streamed. So, that's probably going to be as close to any concert type of setting that I'm going to personally get to. It's just, yeah, I'll probably perform a couple of shows myself on stream. That's it. And I probably won't go. I mean, I know people are starting to believe and think that the pandemic is, kind of ending near its end or something. I can understand that thinking. I'm not personally convinced of that. I think there's still a lot more madness to be had with the pandemic. So, personally, I'm just, I'm probably like everyone else though. I'm just taking it every day, one day at a time, and stuff. And we'll see what happens. We'll just see where we end up, what happens with everything. But yeah, I don't know. Me personally, anywhere where it's going to be a situation where it's super crowded, lots of people around or anything like that, like I'm probably going to keep my distance. No pun intended. So that's just me, though. Each to their own. I know a lot of people from day one have treated life like it was, like the pandemic was over already. So me personally, I just want to keep on, staying, vigilant. I think a lot of people should. I think that a lot of people are prematurely, you know, calling in a W or something. You know what I mean? I personally don't see that as the case. But that's just me. Like I think I think at the end of the day, I think that everyone has to do what they do. Everyone has to make their own decisions. Everyone has to, you know, navigate your own life the best way that you think is necessary. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's important. Everyone has their own individual compass that you need to, follow, beat to your own drum. And not everyone is going to see things the same, obviously, but that's kind of where I'm at, me personally. I'm just, yeah, I've been planning to do a live, concert a couple times on stream, but as far as me personally performing live somewhere again, in a, especially in a big concert setting, or having meet and greets or anything like that with you guys, or anybody else going to see, them perform live, or anything of that magnitude. I'm not personally ready for any of that yet. That's just me though, but I've got asthma and stuff. Like, I'm considered in that high risk thing, with my asthma and things like that. So I just, I need to probably be extra diligent. I think everyone should, though. I think a lot of people, if a lot more people from the very get go was taking a more preventative approach and being more diligent, um, this whole thing would be over. You know, because prevention's the best cure, right? So when people say that, oh, early on there was no cure, but there was a cure. If everyone would have band together and totally followed the rules, which everyone was saying early on, like lockdown, don't go anywhere. Like if the government would have enforced it, all governments enforced and made people have to stay in, or they were, you know, for 4 weeks. All it would have taken early on in the early stages, you wouldn't have had all these different variants and things that have come up, this Delta strain and all this stuff. If early on, if man, silly flies, if early on, if every single like government band together and was like, yo, hardcore lockdown, freaking no one leaves and does anything for freaking 4 weeks, the virus would have been dead. It would have been killed out. The inconvenience that people would have had during that 4 weeks would have been nothing compared to what people have had over this past year plus now. So, you know, it just depends, man. Like, you know, um, where do we go from here? You know, I think a lot of people are still going to march to their own drum, no matter who says what or thinks what. So, that's human nature. So all you can do at the end of the day is just do you, do your own thing, and do your best to, you know, make the decisions in your life that you feel are going to be the best for you and those that you care about. So yeah, but I guess it kind of is what it is, isn't it? At the end of the day. Near me. Yeah, so that's all you can do. Um, I'm in an interesting camping area. This one that I'm at is probably the first one that I've stayed where it is really crowded. Um, um, like I mean, super crowded, where like everyone is just like sardines parked in the parking lot. Like literally, like if you know when you go to the mall or somewhere and the parking lot, every car is parked close to each other. This camping area is like that. Like everyone is right on your butt. And last night when I arrived here at this campground, you know, because the problem is there's the next nearest campground to this area here is like an hour drive. So last night when I got here, it was already super packed. It was like, again, sardines, man. Like it was just madness. I managed to find this little space, which I've moved since this morning when everyone left and moved out. I managed to find a little bit more space for myself. But last night, I was in this little small freaking like space, like between two other cars, and I was like, man, this is not what I mean for me personally. Like when you think of doing this whole camping van life kind of situation, you know, you're thinking, oh good, I get to spread my arms and my wings and just fly and be free and away from people, you know, and just have your own space in different places. And I guess depending where you park, you know, if you want to park randomly on some back road somewhere, you know, some middle dirt road where, you know, you're in the middle of the woods and it's not a definitive, you know, actual parking area, but you're just boondocking, like literally in freaking forests and stuff, you know what I mean? Which a lot of the forest is not allowed. It's illegal to do so. So you're still taking risk, even if it might not be from people, but just from, you know, different rangers and council people and all these people who, you know, come and say, oh, you can't park here, you can't spend the night here. There's so many places in Australia I've found since doing this. Over here, man, like there's so many. You like how in the States we've got like BLM land and stuff where you can basically park and stuff and it's not a big deal. I found over here it is hard to find just places where it's cool for you to just camp out and park like no blamo. Like it's not like that, man. Like everywhere you go you see signs saying no camping, no overnight, this, like everywhere. I'm surprised by how many places in such a big country. You know, Australia is such a huge huge freaking country. Like, you know, it's like, what is the biggest continent, is it, or something, or second biggest, or something crazy. But it's this huge space with only like 25 million people in the entire country. So there's tons of, it's not like there's a lack of space where, you know, it's like, oh, everywhere's crowded, so we need every bit of real estate that we have. It's not like that, man. There's so much space, and yet everywhere you want to park, it's like, nah, you can't spend a night here, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. So I don't know, I find it to be just really a bit like, you know, different than like, you know, you think in your head, you know, you think like you'll be able to be like just woo, and it's not like that. There's so many. I'm shocked at some of the places I've been where I'm like, there's a sign here that says no camping allowed. I'm shocked because you're in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, why? Why can't I park here? Why can't I spend a night here? Why? Why? What's the big deal? So many places, you know, everywhere. You know, you can be in a big parking lot. Even you guys have heard me talk about this one. Even just a big, huge parking lot. Again, it could be in the middle of nowhere, and someone will put a sign and say, "Nope, you can't spend the night here in your vehicle at all." So it becomes madness. So I find personally, it's easier if you can find places where you know it's defined, where it actually says, yes, you can park here, you can stay here, it is fine. I'm kind of liking those areas a bit, you know, as far as, especially when you're driving, when you're on the big drives and you're driving like freaking, um, like you've been driving for ages. The last thing you want to freaking deal with is some parking inspector or ranger or freaking council person or somebody telling you, asking you, what are you doing here? You can't park here. And they got fines and stuff. So it's not only that you're risking getting towed off or something, you know, it'd be different. They just, like, if you get caught, they just say, okay, move along, go find somewhere else, you can't do this. No, they'll fine you like freaking $250 or something like that, you know. So it's it's not fun if you don't know what you're doing. Um, you know, like I've found, like, you know, there's some places where you can get away with parking on the back streets. You know, in some residential areas, you can blend in and provide. It depends what you're doing, right? Like right now, I'm getting ready to cook. Now, if you're getting ready to cook, and from my, you know, I've got to open my door, and it's pretty obvious I'm cooking in my van and stuff. Like, there's certain areas where you definitely don't want to do that because you'll be attracting attention. You're not being stealth at all. You're being the opposite of stealth when you slide the door over and you got your cooking happening, right? But the thing is if you're just on the flip side, if you're just sneaking in for sleep and your doors are closed and, you know, you cover up all your windows and stuff and you just slide in somewhere, you can kind of get away with it. Then you can kind of sneak in, you know, in most places, and no one will be the wiser. You know, it's just as long as you're not making any noise, your lights aren't on, you know, anything obvious. So you learn how to navigate, man. This is what I've learned mostly for myself. It's just learning how to navigate. And, you know, sometimes you got to put up with the crowded campground, I've come to discover, because everyone has probably the same thought process in your head that you have, you know, because also when you're rolling solo, you also just think in safety and stuff. And sometimes, you know, you got to kind of gauge each area that you go to and figure out, okay, is this area safe? Because I know there's even some campgrounds where I didn't feel safe. I was like, man, this campground doesn't feel good, doesn't feel right, energy doesn't feel right. It, sometimes you got to kind of gauge that stuff. The other thing, some of my journeys, like I told you guys once, like one of the areas there's like, they got alligator signs, well, crocodile, beware of the crocodiles and stuff. And that's something in the back of my mind, is crocodiles, things like that. You know, crocodile freaking, you're out by your van just freaking hanging, and next thing you know, you got to deal with a crocodile or something. Like, that's real stuff, man. I want y'all to know, like, because I know it's probably hard for people back home in the States in particular, if you're somewhere in Europe or somewhere where you don't even have crocodiles and stuff like that in the wild. Y'all need to understand, Queensland, where I'm at currently, Queensland and Northern Territory and Western Australia, which are these, when I tour around the country, when I drive around the country, I'm going to be going through all these places, and they're known crocodile country, right? And it's not like crocodiles. It's not like a myth. It's not like the freaking Loch Ness monster or something where it's like this myth or Bigfoot. It's like, this is stuff that people get attacked. They attack humans, man. They eat humans. They will kill a human. So you have to be thinking about this stuff. You have to be thinking about these little things when you're going out parking and driving, and or you want to go walking on an adventure, and all the snakes. Don't get me started about all the poisonous snakes in Australia that can kill you and stuff as well. Like, these are all things, man. Like, you got to be thinking about when you're riding solo. When you're by yourself, you don't have anyone to be an extra set of eyes for you, or an extra, protection, tool for you or anything. You are on your own. So yeah, it's been like a lot of learning for me, being out here and experiencing all this and stuff. Like, it's definitely been quite the interesting thing. um but yeah, like, this is the first time though that I've been, out of all the campgrounds I've been to, this is the first time I've been stuck like so close to people like sardines. Um and yeah, you just got to put up with it. I've seen other campgrounds that are really crowded, but usually I know, like, I've already done my research, or I'll Google in that moment and I'll check to see if there's somewhere else closer, that might be less crowded. And so I'm willing to drive 30 minutes. I'm usually willing to drive, even I would have drove an hour last night. But I was really tired last night, like, because the night before I actually didn't get a good sleep. I couldn't sleep really well. So I was a little bit like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not feeling up to driving an hour. I just want to just freaking stay where I am and go to sleep, which is kind of one of those things, man. Like, because I've been driving hours and hours and hours lately. Like, you guys, you you have no idea. Well, you kind of have an idea, because I told you guys how far I drove just to go see that other van, that potential van. Which, again, it's on my thoughts, guys. I might pick up that van. It ticks the boxes with the high roof and the long wheelbase and all that kind of stuff. So that might actually happen. If not that van, maybe another one. But I'm definitely looking out now for the long wheelbase, high roof. These are things that I should have got the first time when I had the opportunity. Those freaking two other vans that I could have easily got at the time, that were long wheelbase, high roof, and I didn't pull the trigger on them because of the rust and stuff on them. And on retrospect now, I'm like, man, I wish I would have just freaking, I would have rather dealt with all the rust repairs and stuff than the engine stuff that we've, now dealing with this van and stuff. Plus the lack of space and things that now I've come to realize, you really just if you're getting to this van life thing, man, any of you guys out there who are thinking about or considering, make the right choice first time around. Pick up the right van. Think ahead. If you're someone who doesn't need a lot of space and you're happy with the little smaller size vans and stuff, man, cool. Find one. There's tons of them around, man. But if you're someone like me who wants to have the room to do activities in your van and set up different things and stuff, like, I mean, I've made good use of this space, as you guys have seen. I've built, my multi-purpose bed thing here, bench, MacGyver bench is what I'm calling it now. I've built that. We've got the shelving, more shelving, more shelving. I've got more shelving. I'm gonna finish up back here soon. I'm almost done with this back part. I just have like a couple little pieces that I need to cut up and do, and I haven't done it yet just because I probably need a little bit more wood, but I haven't been near a Bunnings to kind of pick it up. And when I am near Bunnings to get it, it's like the other day I had to pick up some butane, and I was like, oh, I gotta get butane. Butane was on my mind. I ran into Bunnings, which is the hardware store over here. For you guys who haven't heard me talk about it before, it's like our Lowe's and stuff, where you get all your hardware and stuff. But I picked up, which, by the way, if you are someone wanting to get butane, I say go to Bunnings, because you get a 4-pack of these Gasmate ones, and they're only freaking $4.95. So like $5, boom, 4 cans of these, and like one can will get you through a few cooking sessions easily. Depending what you're cooking, you can probably get freaking double that. Just depends what you're cooking and stuff, and how high you're cooking at, obviously. But yeah, like I personally, yeah, I went in there, and I always, I don't know why, I always seem like it's kind of become a partly strategic with me. Like when I go into a store, I like going at the least busy time, right? In my brain, it's always, even before the pandemic, I've always been like that. Like I like going when the chances are there's less people, and I can kind of go and do my thing and jet out. So I usually like to go near closing. But the problem is, when you go near closing, if you don't have your list already created in your brain and you know exactly what you need, you will forget to get things that you probably needed. And I wanted to get some more wood to finish off this bench thing here. I mean, the storage unit thingy. And I forgot. So that's why it's kind of in limbo. But I do want to finish that. And the other thing I need to do is rewire up that third panel, the one that caught on fire. Well, the panel didn't catch on fire, but you all know that solar regulator that caught on fire. Which still today, I still don't know why, by the way. I still have no idea why that caught on fire. I'm still freaking just full of theories and hypotheticals, but it definitely wasn't because nothing, it wasn't properly. Like, I did everything properly with all that stuff. I connected it myself, so I know it was on point. I multi-checked it multiple times, again, I just don't know. It's probably one of those things, sometimes these things happen, faulty regulator, maybe. I was thinking the theory with maybe some metal shavings or dust shavings that might have come off the bench when I was putting adding that little extension on to cover the batteries and stuff. So I don't know. I'm still have no idea. But I do need to find out. So that's kind of, I've been hesitant to do it, because when I do that, I'm going to need to turn off my fridge here and have that off for a bit, because while I do that, I might as well connect my inverter up and rewire those couple wires that I need to extend and make them a bit longer. So I might as well do all of that at once. So I've been waiting for the fridge to be empty of anything that can go off whilst off, because I want to have it off for about, like, it's going to probably take me about 6 hours minimum to redo the wiring and to put those things on. I also have a battery monitor that I need to connect as well. Um, so yeah, to do all those things is going to take a bit of time, but I was like, I might as well do it all at once instead of just doing bits and pieces here and there. So, so yeah, so that's the plan. That's probably once I do that, that will probably be like the last thing I need to do in here, and like on the inside as far as in here. Um, maybe thinking of putting a bench, a little small shelving kind of bench over here on this side in this little corner, because when I'm sleeping, when I'm laying down right here, the way I sleep, like I don't sleep up against this wall, and I couldn't if I want to, because you guys remember I've also got that tire freaking um, holder stand thing, whatever rack thing, whatever it is, still here. I haven't gotten that hexagon thing I need to take that off, so that is still there. So when I sleep, I'm not, my head isn't up against this wall here, which means I could take advantage of that and put another little shelf here, just something that comes out about here, and that way when I'm sleeping it's not a big deal. Even if I, lean up, my head isn't going to hit that. So I'm thinking of doing that right over here to give me that extra little bit more storage space. I've also been toying with the idea of just in the front cabin. There's a lot of flies around here, jeez. Just in the front cabin area, like the halfway point between, where you coming from the front of the car into the back of the van. I'm kind of toying with making a little bench or shelf thing somewhere around there as well. Like I'm kind of toying with it. I mean, I think it's doable. Well, it's definitely doable. I just don't know if I want to completely, by doing so, it's going to mess with the airflow I think I have from the front windows, because you guys know my ventilation that I currently have is the front windows. Unless these are open, obviously, unless the back doors are open or anything. But at night, obviously, they're all closed. So I rely on ventilation coming from the front windows, like little cracks that I put in the front windows. And that's my ventilation, and the fan, of course, spinning around and stuff. So it'll interfere with that a bit, I think. And then I don't want it to end up becoming a situation where it's fine at winter, it's fine, but in summer I don't want it to end up being too hot back here because I can't get enough, airflow. Um, so I'm debating that. That's something that I may or may not do. But other than that, like pretty much my van build inside is actually kind of done, man. Like I actually am pretty happy with what I've done back here and been able to set things up. So I think the best part about it, again, another little tip for anyone who wants to get into this thing, is just go for it. Have a go, but do it yourself, like I've done, man. Like I had no building experience, like building vans or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like of course I've played with some building stuff when I was with my restaurant and stuff. Like, I put up some walls here and there in some of my restaurants, or nightclub. We built a stage in a club that I had and things like that. So I've played with the stuff, being hands-on. But I'm not a builder. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I just freaking use the force and go for it. And then I hope that it doesn't break afterwards. So far, hey, this multi-purpose bench is still standing, so that's cool. The shelf is still standing, so that's cool. You know what I mean? The shelf, these things are all still working, so I guess I've done something right. But if I'm ever sleeping and this thing suddenly gives out and breaks, yeah, that's gonna suck, and it's gonna be painful too. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna see what else you guys are saying in here. Um, And what's up to anyone who's in here again, that I haven't mentioned yet? You can see me being a DJ. Yeah, Dwight. I mean, that's one of my skill sets. I've been DJing since 12 years old and all that. I've DJed in nightclubs and festivals and events and all kinds of things over the course of my life, but not my main thing, but it's something I've done a lot of. I've also had my own radio show and stuff like that, but my main thing is my, singing, rapping, performing. I don't know if you know my history, my story, but yeah, I was signed to Sony, and I've been signed to labels, and I perform and I sing and I produce music and I rap and I do all that stuff. And then there's, I do entertainment like acting stuff and things and filmmaking and all that stuff as well. But DJing is something I've done a lot of too, and I love and enjoy, and radio and just all kinds of stuff. Like if it's entertainment related, there's a good chance I've at some stage have done it or I'm still doing it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like that's probably the other thing. Like I have thought about, which would be dope, but I can do that on my multi bench here, my MacGyver bench that I'm calling it now. Is setting up my like a DJ controller, have my little DJ setup and things in here. But I can do that already on this bench, So it's got my recording studio stuff and things like my keyboard and all that kind of stuff that now when I need to, I'm just, I just pull it out and set it up on my bench here. So once I get my inverter, that 1500 watt inverter that I have, not that little small one. The little small one can't handle powering that stuff, but the 1500 watt inverter, once I get that connected, I'll definitely be looking at getting all my studio gear and stuff, in here, and DJ stuff. Maybe do some live sets for you guys. I think that'd be pretty dope. So yeah, look out for all that kind of cool stuff. Absolutely, man, for sure. Dwight says, my belief is that COVID isn't as dangerous as regular colds and flu. Depends who you are. Maybe that might be true to some people. People respond differently to different things. Some people seem immune to certain things, and then certain other things they freaking could get really sick from. I think it depends on someone's genetic makeup. What's up, Donalia? Having the world in lockdown was akin to herding cats. Yeah, right. Control, I don't feel that way about it, but I do think I needed to be more sensitive and better preparation with supplies. Oh, yeah, mask and cleaning. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, again, it depends. I think again, it's like every country, depending where you're at, you're viewing this whole pandemic differently, right? If you were somewhere where it was tons of people were around you getting sick, tons of people were dying, if you were in that type of area or are in that type of area, you view the pandemic differently than people who have been in areas where they haven't had as many cases or not as many deaths. Of course, your view is going to be different. You're going to go, oh, it's not as bad as freaking they make it out to be, or it's not as bad as the flu or this or that or whatever, because in your world, that's how it's been. But other people who've been around, who've lost their friends, their family, they've lost their jobs, they've lost their livelihoods, they've been impacted in a strong way, their view will probably be different, So I think it's just a matter of opinion, really, that everyone's is going to differ based on their circumstances, and there's no right or wrong answer. It's just what people have different gauges of what they consider to be extreme or not extreme, or and that again can be impacted by their environment and their surroundings as to how they view this pandemic. So, you know, that's the reality. When did you go to Australia? Man, my it's been a minute, man, since I first came to Australia. I came here originally for love, the things you do for the L word, which is probably one of the worst reasons to move to a country on retrospect. If I could go back in time, I probably, yeah, I would probably not have um, came here for that reason, because that became, yeah, a really bad reason to come here. But after I got here, I stayed for my own reasons. Like, I actually fell in love with this country. Like, it's pretty dope, man. You know, the people are generally friendly, less crime. Crime does exist, but not on the levels like back home in the States. Um, and you know, Australia is a very beautiful country. If you're a nature lover like me, you'll probably find Australia is pretty dope. You know, it's a very beautiful place, and yeah, I like it. I like it. I think that's probably one of the best things about it, is just that it is such a lot to see and do and experience. So, but yeah, I've lost track of time. I've been here long enough where I feel like, geez, I can't believe I stayed this long. Because when you first come anywhere, you know, you don't think you're going to be there that long. Most people, I think, just think, oh yeah, we'll see how we go, or we'll be here for a minute. But yeah, I've been here for a minute. What's up, the mask? There's gas shortage here in the U.S. Oh, is there a gas shortage? Man, better hurry and get. We we need more of those electric cars, ASAP. Stop playing around. I personally don't like electric cars. You guys know I prefer my my sports cars and stuff, and anything with a combustion engine. You guys know I'm a car fanatic, car freak. I think that's the only thing that kind of sucks with being in the van, you know, on the road and stuff, is I don't get to, you know, drive my car, or do more car stuff or things like that. So, I mean, I could. I guess it's by choice, really, because I've kind of chosen to start driving all around everywhere. But I guess I could just kind of hang out, you know, buy a storage unit or something and do that. I mean, I guess I could, but I really want to see this country and take you guys with me. You know, like I want to explore and go around this entire country. That's like a big goal of mine. Once I've done that, I'll probably feel satisfied. But I kind of really want to do that. I don't know though. I've always been. I am kind of in nature one of those people who, after a period of time, I tend to get a bit tired or bored of a place. You know, I'll be like, okay, been here for long enough. Time to move on. Change of scenery. Like, I enjoy change of scenery. So I think the perfect thing is going to be when I can get a tow, like a trailer, and like tow one of my cars with me wherever I go. Be cool to have like a trailer where I could tow a car and a motorcycle. Like, how dope would that be, right? That would be the best of everything then. That would be just perfect. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But I've seen people towing their like, I've seen a couple vans towing cars. I've seen it. Like, there are people doing it. You know, towing a 4x4. I've seen a dude towing a 4x4, which I thought was pretty cool. But one of the things I want to get is, if I can find a van with the high roof, long wheelbase that also has 4x4 capabilities. Hell yeah, they exist. Like, I've seen them. Matter of fact, I know where there's one now, but it's got engine issues. But I don't know, if the price was cheap enough, I would prefer getting something that had 4x4 capabilities. So then not only did I have like the van side aspect of it, but I could have the 4x4 aspect and do some cool 4x4ing stuff as well. So that would be the perfect van, and one that had enough power behind it that I could then tow my toys with me. Like that would be perfect. So I don't know. It'll happen one day. Nicole got your first vaccine. Hey, awesome. Congrats on getting your first vaccine shot. That's awesome. Donalia's got both of hers. Good job getting both of them. I heard the second one is the worst one. The mask goes, plenty of gas here. Ate 2 baked bean sandwiches. That's funny. Yeah, Donalia, right? No Crocs allowed in Van Diesel. Exactly. That's one of my things. Like, because I was like doing research, and reading up on the Crocs in the different areas where the Crocs are, and reading stories up on them and stuff. And I started getting like a bit scared, like to be parked in the middle of nowhere, like, you know, really just bushy, outbacky, crazy, mad, foresty, like, you know, areas. And, you know, especially by the river or by the water somewhere like that, and be by myself and have the door open, cooking and stuff. And next thing you know, freaking a crocodile or something. Just because they're quick, man. They're quick. They're on land. They're faster than humans. They can do double our speed or something on land. So if you're running 20 kilometers, I don't know if you can run 20. if you're running like that, they're clocking double. I heard they can do, like, matter of fact, I don't know. I think there's mixed things, but I even heard someone say they can do like 80. They could run like 80, up to 80 Ks or something. So in miles per hour, that's probably about 40, 35 miles per hour maybe, or something. Something like that. Yeah. They're fast. And contrary to all these, you know, people, there's always these theories and myths and stuff that people have out there. Like, they freaking, you know, they say, oh, just run in a zigzag and you'll outrun them or something. Nah, apparently that don't work. Apparently the best way to outrun them is go in a straight line and just freaking run your ass off. Like, freaking run like you freaking just got popo behind you or something. I don't know. You got to just run your butt off. But yeah, like, it's scary. It's a scary reality, man. Those crocodiles are freaking one of the things I think about with my door open right now. Crocodiles. Biggest thing I'm thinking about. And like, look at the area where I'm at. So look at this. So this is the area where I'm at. And over there, I don't know if you guys can see through the woods there, but like right through that area, that looks like that's a water, like a bit of a water area. But I know there's like a river area around here, but like, yeah, like, and right next to me on my other side though, like, there's literally a van parked right next to me, like no space, no gap. So I was lucky to get this little bit of space here on this side, so I could have my door open and do some cooking and just a little fresh air and a little privacy, you know, not feel like everyone's right on you. So I've got a good view over on this side. But right on the other side, if I open my door, there's a van right next to me, and next to that van is a caravan, and next to that caravan is another caravan, and there's like, people are just packed solid in this camping area. There you go. See my little carbon monoxide sensor thing there that I put in. Close up of that. But yeah, so I'm gonna start cooking shortly. Unleaded $1.54 in Brisbane at the moment. $1.54 for just regular unleaded? Jeez, that's expensive for regular just unleaded. Man, Brisbane's getting ripped off right now, man. I mean, even on the road right now, I've seen unleaded's only $1.30 where I've seen it. I've seen it like it's $1.30, $1.33 or something. I mean, I take diesel, and my diesel at the moment is only $1.37 to $1.40. I think the most I've paid for diesel at the moment is $1.40 is the most I've had to pay. But usually it's around $1.33, $1.37, and unleaded. I haven't like if you're unleaded's at $1.54 right now in Brisbane, that freaking sucks. That's like getting up there to those stupid prices again. So that means premium is probably like $1.80 or something, $1.75 for the good stuff, which is what I put in my Beamer. I only using the, I only use the good stuff. Well, all my cars, I've only ever put in the premium stuff, the 98, because I have to. They're all performance cars. Like the engines are, they need to run on that stuff, especially like my turbo cars and things like anything. I need more octane. So I've never used the cheap stuff. I can't. I'll get all that knocky crap, pingy crap engine running stuff. Man, the flies. This is the most flies I've also encountered so far as well, which is interesting because usually I don't really have flies in the areas where I've been so far. I don't know why there's so many flies here. Maybe it might have something to do with there being a trash can right up there a bit. But yeah, freaking crazy. I'm not a fan of the flies, the midgies, the mosquitoes. Keep all of them away from me. Dwight goes, it's over $3 here. But that's Dwight, but that's $3 a gallon. Over here is liters. So it probably is about the same once you do the conversion. But yeah, $3 a gallon. We got gallon in the States. They got liters here in Australia. So it probably, once you convert it over, it's probably really similar price-wise at the moment. Same with Canada. I know Canada, their prices, I've noticed when I've watched like people who are from Canada and stuff, like on their videos and things, and they're talking about the pricing of things and stuff like that, and I've noticed that their pricing is very similar to, I think I might have spoke too soon. Is there someone? There's a van. There's a van parking, trying to squeeze in that spot next to me. And see, if that van parks there, I'm done. Oh. This place is too crowded for me. This is too crowded for me. Oh my gosh, guys. I think I'll definitely have to do that. Drive an hour to the next one. Matter of fact, it depends what direction I'm going as to how far the next campground is, because if I'm driving, it actually is probably 2 hours and a half if I decide to go whether I decide to go south or whether I decide to go, like, if I decide to go inland to just no, like, for more inland, I should say, um, for no apparent, like, there's no reason unless I'm going that way. Do you know what I mean? I'll be literally just driving an hour out there just because I wanted to have go to the next nearest campground. So the next nearest campground is like an hour, but it's like there's no reason unless I'm going that direction. Because if I go, matter of fact, any direction I go right now, if I go south, if I go north, I'm probably looking at like 2.5 hours, 2 hours. Unless I, again, these are like camp specific places. I looked on this whole, there's like this camp wiki camps thing, and like a couple camp apps that tell you where all the camping areas and stuff are. And so I've been looking at those and being strategic, and like there's certain areas where there's not as many campgrounds and stuff like that to play with and stuff like that. You know, it gets a bit, you know what I mean? So it's quite interesting because like you end up discovering like your journey could be determined by things like where are you going to, like if it's a planned journey, you go, okay, well I can park here, my next parking space, if I don't take that one, campground is an hour and a half, 2 hours away, or even further depending where you're at. There's like, and again, these are like places where you know you can park and you're not going to have to worry about rangers and again getting fined for parking somewhere where you shouldn't, or all these things, right? Or even police for that matter, because if you're parked somewhere where it's very random, the cops will even freaking harass you. You know, they'll be like, what are you doing here? Why are you parked here? Oh, just, if you can't even really say, oh, I'm just spending the night. You have to, you know, lie your butt off basically and be like, oh, I don't know, I dozed off, or you got to make some excuse, do the 15-minute power nap excuse or something. I don't know, but it's you got to plan this stuff. You got to you got to be strategic, and geez, yeah, man, like when it's like super crowded. When it's super crowded, it's for me, like, I guess mainly I think if it wasn't the pandemic going on, I probably wouldn't care as much, maybe. Do you know what I mean? But I think part of the thing during the pandemic is, and being in the van is like, okay, cool, I can just drive out and be away from people and things, and then, you know, like it's like living in an apartment when people are right next to you. You just feel like you're in an apartment complex again or something. It's like, so. So I might have to start the engine and head somewhere else. 2.5 to the next camping area, maybe, because the direction I'm thinking of going, yeah, that's going to be the nearest camping area. Yeah. It sucks. I actually just don't. I mean, I just, when you're always like, I love driving. You guys know I love driving, but the van makes it. This van, with its issues and stuff, makes it not as fun, right? It, for obvious reasons, it's not as fun when you know you've got issues with your van and stuff. So it's not as fun to drive. But even when you are enjoying the drive and it's just a nice little drive and stuff, there's times where you just want to be stationary so you can be productive, right? For me, you guys know I got to do my videos, I do my uploads, got to film stuff, got to edit, got to do this, got to do that. Um, and when you're able to just be settled for a bit, you can turn out these videos, right? You're like, oh, cool. Like you guys seen, like I was able to get a couple of uploads out in the past 48 hours, which is dope. I could just sit down and do it. But once you are freaking constantly driving, and then when you arrive somewhere, and then it's dark by the time you get there or whatever, and then a lot of places have time limits as well. Even some of these campgrounds seem good on the surface. Some of these camp areas, some of them have time limits. Like you're only allowed to stay there for like 20 hours or something like that. So there's all these factors in your planning, and again, depends where you go and where you're staying and what you're attempting to achieve and do as to how that all plays out for you. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of just the areas like the other thing is also I feel a little safer from like crocodiles or things, or snakes or things. If you're in a more populated area, I think that it scares off those type of creatures a bit, I think, depending where you're at. So I don't know if I want to start cooking now. See, if I don't cook now though, because it's like, what time's like 4? After 4? It's probably near 4, around 4. If I don't cook now, then I won't be able, by the time I get somewhere else, it's going to be dark. And that's fine. You guys know it depends where I'm at. Like certain areas, I don't mind. Actually, lately, I haven't mind cooking in the dark at certain areas. Like if you can find the right place to park, it's not too bad. But depending where you're at, you don't want to open your door, you know what I mean, at night. It's not really a good idea, right? I don't know if I want to cook now. My plan was I was going to stay here for another 24 hours, because this particular one you can stay for longer than 20 hours. Like this one you can stay for like 48 hours or something like that. So I was like, okay, maybe this one I'll stay a bit longer, and just kind of be like, yeah, cool, let's kick it down a notch. But now I'm kind of like, I did see the reviews too. There's a lot of reviews. People were saying it's really crowded there. Like, go, it's good, but it's bad because it's so crowded. Donalia, yeah. See, that's not good, Donalia. But those campsites, those ones are ones I try to avoid. Those ones I try to avoid. Like that's, for me personally, like that's so not what I want to be experiencing. Is like being in areas that freaking confined. Like it defeats the purpose of being out and about, I think. You know what I mean? Like in a van, if you're gonna end up having people so in your vicinity, again, I probably wouldn't probably wouldn't think about it too much if it wasn't a pandemic. Again, I think it's the pandemic that just I notice this stuff more. I probably wouldn't have noticed it before. Probably wouldn't even cared, you know. But ever since the pandemic, you guys know me. I've been very conscious about who's in my space, you know, and how close they are in my space. So that girl's getting ready to sunbake. She must not be from here. She does not realize the best baking hours are gone. You're gonna freaking not get a tan right now. The sun's about to go down. Maybe she's just gonna lay there and read a book. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, it's only 3:30. I thought it was 4. Oh, it's still only 3:30. Is Australian wonderful people like Americans? Australians are very similar to us. I think Australians are very, actually in some ways they might actually even be more chilled, and well, definitely I would say they're definitely more chilled and laid back, probably the majority of them, than we are. You know, they're just, their attitude is always like, they like to say things like, oh, she'll be all right, or no worries, mate, it's all, it's no, they say, wait, what do they say? She'll be all right, or no worries, mate, or um, I don't know. They got some sayings. I can't think of them all, but they got basically what they boil down to is like, no worries, everything is good. That's one of the things they say all the time. No worries, like everything is, like they don't, like everything is going to be fine. Aussies are so chilled and laid back about everything. You know, they're not. They're kind of just very calm, cool, collective. That's what I think of when I think of Aussies. I just think they're very just calm, cool, collective. They're like, whatever, you know, don't sweat the small stuff kind of attitude, you know. In some ways, that's a awesome thing, though, you know, like in general, because they don't get mad about, like, get mad crazy, you know, like about some things that happen, whereas, you know, back in the States, like, we tend to have a bit more of, what, you ate the last cookie? How you eat the last cookie? We're gonna have to fight. I'll be like, oh, she'll be all right. I'll just go down and buy some more cookies. Actually, they call them biscuits here, by the way. They don't call cookies cookies. They call them biscuits. There's a little interesting fact for you guys. They call cookies biscuits here. And they don't have biscuits like we have biscuits, which we call biscuits. They have these things called scones, which are kind of the texture of a biscuit, but they're not biscuits because they're savory. Or wait, they got sweetness to them, and they also cook them with, I think there's like vegetable oil, or there's something in them that distinguishes them and make them very different from our biscuits. But yeah, like they call cookies biscuits. So there you go. So you go in the supermarket and you go, oh, actually they even say, and they like to abbreviate it. They abbreviate a lot of things, so they won't even say, hey, where's the biscuits, mate? They would say, hey, where's the bickies, mate? They call them bickies. So they abbreviate a lot of things. They'll have those words that are already different words, and then they'll even abbreviate it to make it even more confusing for you. so you go, when I went to the store, there was times I go, hey, so where's if you go, where's the we'll use the cookies one again. Sorry, where's the cookies? And they go, what? Cookies? Like, where's the cookies? What do you mean, mate? What do you mean cookies? Which they know what cookies are, but they would go, you mean biscuits? And I go, yeah, biscuits. Where's the biscuits? And then they'll go, oh, the bickies are on line on aisle 7. So you'll go, bickies? What? I know, I'm looking for cookies. They go, yeah, bickies, they're over there. So they've completely skipped the biscuits conversation and skipped to bickies, confusing you further, not knowing until you go, oh, okay, it's the same thing, right? Okay, got it. They got a lot of, we got slang too. I mean, everyone's got their slang and stuff. But like Mackers, you know how we got Mickey D's from for McDonald's, they call it Maccas. That's another slang. So if you go to an Aussie and go, yo, where's the nearest Mickey D's? They'll be like, what? But and you go, Mickey D's, you know, Big Mac, quarter pounder. I go, oh, you mean Macca's? And go, oh yeah, yeah, McDonald's. Oh, okay, yeah, Macca's. They got all these different things. Even the things that are like things that are the same word, but they say it differently, so it becomes confusing again. Like for example, aluminum foil. Like we say, we technically, matter of fact, probably most Americans, we don't even say aluminum foil. We just call it Reynolds wrap because that's our main brand, right? So everyone just say, yo, Reynolds wrap. Or we'll say foil. Maybe we'll say foil. But most people refer to go to the store and get some Reynolds wrap. Um, Maybe say foil, but we definitely, I don't think a lot of, you know, but we say aluminum foil, right? That's the technical proper word. But in Australia, they call it aluminium foil. They spell it, I think it's spelled the same even, but they just say it differently. They call it aluminium. It sounds like something that Iron Man has built on his armor. Yo, let's reinforce the aluminium in this suit. But that's what they call it. So you gotta, if you don't know and you go in the store, and it can cause issues. I've had it happen. I'll say something and they'll be like, what do you mean? The other thing, another one is like gum boots. They call gum boots rain boots is what we call them, but they call them gum boots. They call gum chewy. So gum is not even gum, it's chewy. So you say, yo, you have any chewy? You don't say gum. We call ketchup. It's ketchup to us. And there's a big difference between ketchup and what Aussies call ketchup. But because they call everything that resembles ketchup sauce. That's what they call it, sauce. SAUCE, sauce. So if they say, yo, put some sauce on the burger, we would say, what sauce? Like, what kind of sauce you want us to put on the burger? Like, you want some barbecue sauce, or what are you talking about? But they call sauce is what we call ketchup, even though they do sell ketchup here, ironically. But if you go in the store and you say, hey, where's the ketchup? Depending on the person, they may go, what do you mean, ketchup? Unless it's somewhere like that sells, if you go somewhere where they sell ketchup specifically and they are switched on to it. Like if you go to one of the major supermarkets where they have ketchup and they have sauce, then they may know what you're talking about. But most people put ketchup into the same category as their sauce, which is different because ketchup is thicker. If you don't know, everyone's probably know the difference by now, because ketchup is thicker, sauce is runnier, but it's a tomato sauce, but it's runnier than our ketchup. But they call it all sauce. Like you would never, no Aussie is going to go to Bunnings and have the sausage sizzle things they have out front and go, hey, put some ketchup on my sausage. Like no one's gonna say that. They'll just say, put some sauce on it. And the first time you'll go, if you don't know what they're talking about, is like me, first time, I'm like, sauce. Nah, man, I just want some ketchup. Because if they said you want sauce, I'll be thinking, what sauce are they talking about? Hollandaise sauce? Barbecue sauce? A1 sauce? What sauces are we talking here? Worcestershire sauce? Like what? Soy sauce? So it's quite interesting. Another good one. Here's a good one. This is my favorite one, guys. I should do a whole video on this, actually. It'd probably be interesting to talk about a separate video on this. Chips, right? So we call French fries French fries. They call French fries chips, right? I asked my girlfriend, I said, what do you, at the time when I first came here, and I was like, well, what do you call chips then? And they go, chips. I go, well, how do you distinguish between them? And she goes, oh, well, you can just say some hot chips. But generally, they don't. They don't go somewhere and go, oh, let me get some hot chips or something. Like, they just call them chips. It's just like you just happen to know what they're talking about based on the environment that you're in. So if you're in a place where you're selling burgers and stuff like that, then I guess it's just known that you're talking about chips as in French fries. But if you're in a party where there's like, people just have a bunch of finger foods and stuff, then they're most likely talking about potato chips. I don't know the distinguishing factor, but yeah, that's how it is. Would I be welcome there? Yeah, Dwight. Aussies freaking welcome everybody. It's a very multicultural country, so they have people from all over here, man. Like it's pretty cool. Like it's like us. I mean, technically we're multicultural, even though we have a lot of racism. But Australia, one thing I've noticed is that they're very multicultural, and to me, in my opinion, I feel there's less racism here than back home in the States. But I've never experienced like the levels of racism that some people claim they've experienced here, which I guess that's their story. Everyone has their experiences, I guess. But me personally, I find Aussies to be more, again, like I said, just more chilled, laid back. Not a lot of that kind of stuff going on. So, but that's just me. That's just my thought process around all that. Nicole goes, I want to visit you guys. You should. When it's safe to travel, hop on a plane and visit Australia. It's an awesome country to see. Dwight goes, does Australia have any American restaurants and other stuff? Yep. It's kind of interesting because they have tons of our restaurants here. Like you actually not even only just our restaurants, but like stores even. So there's Pizza Hut, there's Domino's, there's Mickey D's, there's freaking Carl's Jr. even, bro. There's Carl's Jr. There's KFC. They had Little Caesars in Sydney for a while, in New South Wales, but in the past year it went out of business because the dude who was running it allegedly didn't run it properly. Let's just say that. But they've got freaking KFC. They have Dunkin' Donuts. They've got freaking what else? What else have I seen here? And then all the stores. They've got Kmart. They've got freaking Target, aka Target for those who are not as bougie. They've got what else? All of our TV shows. 99% of everything you watch on TV is like they've got all of our programming, like American shows. If you go to movies, 99% of the movies are stuff from back home, playing. So, and their culture is very Western, so when you go out to eat, you never have to look at the menu and be like, oh my gosh, I wonder if there's anything that I'll actually like or anything, because they're very Western, so they've got steaks, they've got, all the kind of food that we would eat. Except they have some food, like I said, I told you guys, one of the things they do that is dope, that is just freaking their best thing ever, is their meat pies. Their little meat pie things. Watch my mukbang I did on the meat pies. If you guys haven't seen those yet, watch the mukbang videos, because their meat pies are freaking crazy dope. Super cool. That's probably one of my favorite things over here, that they do, is their meat pies, man. They're no joke. They are no freaking joke. Um, but yeah, like there's tons of Kmart. They've got Kmart here. Um, they got all that stuff. There's You even see a lot of our cars over here now. They've got Camaros, they've got Corvettes, they've got freaking uh, Ford Rangers and F-150s and all kinds of stuff. So it's one of those situations where it's like, if they weren't driving on the wrong side of the road and talking with a bit of an accent, you'd probably almost feel like you were in just another state. You know what I mean? Kind of. Because it's very Western here, very Westernized. So I won't say Americanized, but it's very, you know, if you're from a English American, like English speaking country, I should say, um, you'll probably a Western country. Let's call it Western. If you're from a Western country and you come here, you probably feel very comfortable. Like there's not a lot of differences. Again, like I said, mainly driving on the wrong side of the road, metric system. So instead of miles per hour and inches and feet, they use metric. So they're all about liters and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, and then driving on the wrong side of the road. It's probably the biggest thing that's different. It's just they drive on the same side of the road as in Japan. When I was in Japan, they drive on that same side of the road and stuff. So um, other than that, matter of fact, depending where you're at, their accent isn't even. You know how like you watch Crocodile Dundee movies or something, and the accent seems to be super crazy, like "Hey, my blah," like that kind of thing. Most Aussies don't sound like that. Like unless you're somewhere where it's really more countrified, which some people call bogan here. But like generally, if you're in Sydney or like any of the city areas, like Aussies accents aren't really that extreme. Like some Aussies, matter of fact, sound very just. You have a hard time even picking up their accent. So some of it's exaggerated. You know, they don't do shrimp. They don't call it shrimp here. They're prawns. So the whole put the shrimp on the Barbie thing from Crocodile Dundee is not real. It's not. That's not what they would ever say. No Aussie person would ever go, "Hey, mate, put the shrimp on the Barbie." That's not real. I don't know why they decided to put that in the movie, but it's false advertising. But kangaroos are everywhere. That's real. Kangaroos are real, but they're not pets. People don't have them as pets here, but they do exist everywhere. You can see them. I've got a video coming out soon where I've actually filmed some kangaroos that I'll make sure to put in the video for you guys. Um, yeah, this it's very. I think one of the best things that you could think of is think of a place that had all the cool things that you love about the states, but all the things you hate about the states, less of it. So like crime and guns, because guns are illegal here. I mean, you can get a gun permit and stuff here for like activities, but not like how in the states we have guns and you just go into Kmart somewhere and buy a gun. They don't have that here. Like guns are illegal here in that regard. It's different. If people have guns here, it's either people who are, like have a firearm license for a specific reason, like hunting or something like that, or you're probably part of the criminal underworld. Um, Other than that, people aren't just packing heat like we do in the States. It's not like everyone has a gun in their glove compartment or something. the air circulation would get to me too. Didn't you have that idea at one time to do a screen intent thing to cover the door? Yeah, that is something I am going to eventually do. Get the awning thing on the side and have the little um, kind of tent thing that joins onto it. So that is on the list. Faith, do you have plenty of toilet paper? Yeah, I do. I actually have. It's one of the things I stock up on. Every time I go to the store, even if I don't think I need it, I usually just buy a package just to make sure that I have it. But toilet paper, wet wipes, things like that are garbage bags. They're like necessity items that when you go to the store, every time you just get into a routine. Usually I time it anyways to go to the store where I know I'm about to need something. So it just is a no-brainer. I go in the store and I just do the same kind of, walk the same aisles, do the same kind of format now because I just know what I need when I go in. But I've got a row here at the moment. I've got half a row here. I've got a wet wipes up here in the shelf. I've got a wet wipes here, few wet wipes left there. And then, I don't know if you guys have seen well, yeah, you guys have seen this, but this stool thing that I picked up has come in super handy. In here, the lid comes off. I've got toilet paper. I've got another roll of toilet paper. And these are double rolls. These aren't the single rolls. So this is equivalent to 4 rolls right here. I've got another one. I only buy the double rolls because they last longer and they take up less space. So I've got 3, 4. So I've got roughly about 5 rolls of toilet paper. There's probably another roll of toilet paper hiding in this shelf somewhere from before. And then I've got, these are 80 packs of wet wipes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 in the front of the car, 8, which is probably about half full. Then this one here, 9, and that one there in the back, which is almost empty, 10. So I've got about 10 wet wipes in the car. And when you do the van life thing, you know why. Because you start relying on wet wipes become your best friend for multiple reasons. Wet wipes are like the gift that keeps on giving. They're your shower in a bottle, in a bag. They're your freaking, when you need to clean something or wash dishes or clean yourself, or they're just everything. So you always want to make sure you have tons of them in your vehicle. And this stool has been great because I just can store so much in there. So I'm happy about that. That's worked out great. Besides just being somewhere where I can sit on, which you guys know at first I was sitting in the floor. And even though I built this bench, like this bench is better suited to be used. Well, you know, when I'm sleeping, obviously it's great for the bed, but I built it to be the multi-purpose, you know, bench, sofa, bed, cooking thing, all these different things that has turned out to be useful for storage underneath, whatever. But I've come to like having this stool as my main kind of sitting in the back here. So then this bench, you know, I can actually access it easy and do things. And so this stool has probably been my favorite thing that unexpectedly I purchased, which wasn't a plan, but then it turned out to be the perfect fit. Like it's just so good. Because before all of that stuff that was in here, I would have had to squeeze into these shelves. It would have been squeezed in here, overcrowding all these areas and stuff, and super annoying. So now all these areas get to breathe a bit and not be as crowded, which I'm happy about. So yes, I do have toilet paper. I'm gonna catch up with what. What's up, Data? Hope you're well. And what's up to anyone else who's in the stream that I have not said hi to? What's up to everybody and those in the background who are silently supporting? I appreciate all you guys. Man, you guys been busy typing. Jeez. I am like so behind. What's up, Blue Boy? Hope you're good. Data, that's funny. Data goes, thanks for points, but dang, the top points are beyond ridiculous. I remember when you were leading the points, Data, and you had all the points, and everyone was like, Data, man, Data's killing it with the points. Yeah, Data, they've gone freaking ham with the points. Plus, you guys, little tip, I generally give away points all the time whenever I go into live streams. So if you want to get points, just go on the live stream, and chances are during that live stream you have to be in the live stream while, like, you have to be on the actual live stream itself in order to get the points. If you can't get points if you're not in the live stream. So be in the live stream, you'll get points, man. I am going to reset all the points soon though, Data, because you are right, it is ridiculous. Like, no one's catching those top people who have freaking billions of points now. So I am going to reset it. I'm figuring out like a schedule where maybe I reset points every quarter, or like you know, once, or either maybe when someone reaches a billion, the first person reaches it, then reset or something. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. But some timely schedule is probably how I'm going to do it. Damn, Donalia. $4.78 a gallon? That is mental. Good old Cali prices. Yeah, exactly, Charlene. Spooning with your neighbor. That's crazy. Yeah, right. Having someone else near, they can get eaten by the crocodile first. Like, you be the croc starter. Love it. Man, I could have cooked by now. I might cook. I might go ahead and cook. I'm definitely starving right now. I'm starving like Marvin in the desert. So by the time I load up, like right now, because if I don't cook now, by the time I drive to the next place, it will definitely be dark. And depending, and you never know what you're going to find in the area you go to. You might end up with no parking there. No parks. You know what? You don't know. If I end up on some back road somewhere, I'm not going to want to open my door and do any cooking. Screw that. Like, I'm very strategic with where I feel comfortable with opening my door at night. And in the middle of the woods ain't one of them. Unless there's other people around, kind of in that same wooded area, like not completely next, but you know what I mean, where I don't feel completely like, I feel like there's a little bit of people around to go, oh, it feels a little bit safe. I don't know. Depends. Night Dwight, thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's the one, Charlene. She'll be right, mate. That's the one y'all say. Charlene, that's the one you guys say. She'll be right, mate. Love you too, Jazzy. What's up, Sam? Just dropping in and saying hi and have a good day, and for everyone else, good night. Hey, much love to you. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. What's up, Hamburger? My favorite name of all things, Hamburger. I love it. Nice to see you too. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. All right, guys, it's pretty apparent to me I am not going to catch up with all of your comments. I apologize. I'm doing my best, but holy crap, there's so much to catch up. What's up, Ozzy? So I apologize to anyone who has said something and I haven't caught up to it. Um, no more kneeling. Exactly, Charlie. You remember? Yeah, I was kneeling like crazy. I was always just like this. It was like, my knees, my knees. So, all right, guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking. I think I am gonna cook. I think I'm gonna go ahead and freaking cook something up because I'm starving and it's like the quickest thing now. Anything else means I won't eat for freaking ages. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna cook. There's one campground. I was gonna tell you guys about one campground. I found was I think probably the biggest campground. Was definitely the biggest I've seen so far. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's the biggest in Australia. It was huge. It had like freaking. It was so huge that like I think it could probably fit 1,000 cars in it. It was just mental. It was so crazy. Not 1,000 caravans, but 1,000 cars that could fit in there probably. And it had like multi levels to it, and it was so freaking vast. It's like holy crap! All of that is the camping area. So you do come across some really big ones where it's like you have, in theory, unless someone just can't help themselves and want to park right next to you, there's somewhere you have so much space you don't have to worry about anyone, you know, being right next to you. But some of them are really small ones where it is what it is kind of situation. Like I've seen all types now. Like I've been on the road long enough where I've just seen all types of different camping areas and stuff. But it's crazy, man, because like a lot of these ones that are the paid ones where you have to pay to park at, even those ones are packed like sardines, man. Like there's some where you have to pay like freaking $35 for a night or something like that, and it's like they pack them in so tight into these little those camping areas, and I'm like, dude, why would to me that defeats the purpose of wanting to be on the road, right? Like I'm like, why would I want to feel like I'm trapped so close to so many people in such a small space like that and pay for it? They're paying for that. Like, I don't know. To me, that's craziness. That defeats the purpose. Like, I'd rather take my chances and freaking go park in the middle of the woods somewhere and take my chances than paying $35 a night or something like that to be smushed into like literally like super confined, super tight spaces. Like, just blows my mind. I don't get it. I don't see the allure to that, but I guess each to their own, I guess. I guess if you're vacationing somewhere and you're going traveling, you know, as a family, some of those places are $35 a person, $35 a head. Remember that place I showed you guys when I was up where that dam was, and they had that camping area. I was like, oh, maybe I'll stay here for the night. And the dude was like, it was like $30 a person or something crazy. I was like, are you kidding me? So if you had like two people, three, four people in your car, you know, they're making freaking a couple hundred off of your car alone per night. But I guess people who some people look at it as, if I guess if you're traveling around and if you were tossing up between staying in a hotel or somewhere else, I guess you would potentially, especially if you're one person, you could pay easily more than that per night. So maybe that's the logic behind it. You know, you could easily pay, you know, more than $35 a night if you are one person wanting to stay in a hotel. So then you're like, well, it's worth paying $35. I guess for the security as well, because in those places they're pretty secure. They got boom gates and stuff, and they probably got cameras, and they take your registration probably when you come in and stuff. So matter of fact, you probably even have to show your ID or sign in to some of those places. So I guess I could see why. I guess if you have kids, little small kids in particular, you probably want somewhere that feels a little safer, maybe. I guess each to their own, you know. All right, got my sponge, got the water. Give this a little scrub, especially since I've had freaking some flies freaking flying in this thing. I was saying, man, like the fly thing here was this is the most flies I haven't had that many flies flying into my situation like I did today. It's like those things though, you just get used to it, right? Because you just expect it, because you know you're out and about and you're camping in the woods and wooded areas and all these things. So of course that's part of it, but that doesn't mean you have to like it still. All right, so that's good. Let me just rinse this out, and I'm gonna do something I normally don't do, because I don't like doing this near my batteries. I'm not going to start now. No, I was going to say I'm just going to rinse it with this door here, but I'll do the back one like I normally do. If I didn't have my batteries, there's literally one of my batteries, so part of this door here that slides open, one of my big battery packs literally takes up like a third of this door space. So it's like third clear, third battery space up against that door. So I don't really want to risk that. I'm going to get another clean one of these out as well. But yeah, like I be trying to recycle my water, and you know what I mean, like just spread it. So like I'll use the same water that I use to clean this. I'll use that also for later, you know what I mean, to wash it again. So if you do it right, you actually yeah, you get the most use out of it. Actually, you know what, if I'm careful, I might be able to save myself one door opening if I can just do it over this bowl like this instead of doing it back. Maybe I can keep from having to open that right now. Boom. Hey, that worked. Especially if I use my big bowl. I've got a gigantic bowl over here that I could definitely use and do this, and I wouldn't spill anything. But this bowl just worked. That worked. So all I gotta do is just dry this out now. Cool. In the future at night, I'll remember that little trick. Because this water here, I could actually pour it into my big jug over there. Like actually Don't need to open the door at night, except for the siding one. Well, this one here. Gotta open that one. No, until I get better ventilation in here, anyways. If I had like the roof one or something. Good. All right, so that's clean. All right, done. Cool. All right, so let me get swipe up just a little bit of water splashed on here. Man, these flies are annoying. All right, let me turn this. Matter of fact, maybe if I turn my fan on, I can get them to freaking not flying around me. So, getting the grill out. I might move you guys over here. You guys know where we normally are rocking. Get the grill thing out. Super exciting to have a freaking new can of this freaking ready to go to. Straighten you guys out. There we go, that's better. There we go. Now we're gonna test something. You guys remember when I usually the camera does the whole light my area up. It's not. It's got me in the dark. That's weird. It usually will lighten up my face. It's interesting. Maybe because I've got no light on this side. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try out that frozen turkey meat that I got and unthaw it. See how we go cooking that. Because you guys remember, I told you guys like I don't like frozen meat, but I want to test out and see how we go with using that for dinner. I'm gonna cook up the whole thing of that, and then I can use that for 2-3 meals. So, but I need this on as low heat as possible, because otherwise it won't cook through thoroughly. So, all right. Put this here for now. Up there. Extra water I'll probably need later, but I'll just leave it there for now. I'm going in here and getting There's that turkey. I think I might have to cover it. It had like hair and stuff all over it. Like lint and cloth and stuff. I normally put a little heat in when I'm cooking meat like this from frozen to help create a bit more steam and stuff. But I'll cover this for a little bit. That should do the trick. Alright. I might as well move you guys back over here for the moment. So ain't gonna be much action. Excuse me. Won't be much action while the meat is cooking. I normally have some music playing and stuff. That's why it's kind of hard to have music playing when you're so close to a bunch of people. You can have it soft, but with the door open, like Everyone in the whole freaking camp area will hear my music. On the positive, I haven't had any mosquitoes, knock on wood, or midges bite me yet. So either the mosquito thingy is working or there isn't any. So fingers crossed, it stays that way. That's like my little freaking makeshift trash can right here. Just my roasting tray is just like, and then it gets full. Stick it in one of these. See? Put it in there. And it's ready to go for easy more trash. Depending where I'm at, if I'm somewhere where I know I can find dumpsters, I'll let this bag get pretty full because I know I can easily find a dumpster to put it. But when I'm not sure, I like to keep it small so then I can throw it into any, regular small trash cans. But my goal is always to try to find dumpsters. It just makes it easy. You just take your big thing in this. Especially like when you've got like food scraps and stuff in your car, and you've been on the road for like 2-3 days or something. That food scraps, and you've been like waiting to find, you know, a dumpster somewhere to throw it, and you're like, oh. So sometimes it's better to have the smaller, just few things, even though it's wasting a whole garbage bag. It's better than having, that garbage in your car for longer than you need. Whew. All right, I gotta figure out what we're gonna cook with our meat here. Um, that's the $1,000,000 question right now. And I wish I had a proper, I wish I could use my metal spoon or something like that in there, metal, spatula or anything. But I don't want to mess up my nonstick coating. But with times when you have to cut up freaking, you know, frozen stuff in particular, it would be helpful. Yeah, I definitely don't like cooking frozen stuff. I could have put it in my fridge over here and let it defrost probably a bit, in the fridge side, but because this fridge side, like the temperature doesn't, the way the fridge side works, like if the engine, the motor in it, like it'll, even though I have it set for like 2 degrees or something like that, it will actually wait until the temperature in here gets to about 6 or something like that before the engine kicks back on, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's not like it's that temperature for a long period of time, but like I just feel like the amount of time that um, it could be, like, I don't really feel, I don't know, I don't really, I don't know, I don't know what I kind of just like, I think I just prefer, I should say, just fresh meat. It's just the best. Easier to cook with, less messing around, less worrying about your meat and stuff. What's up, Toupee? Hope you're well. If you have a request Toupee, just head over to my offtap.life website, and you can put your requests in over there. The links are in the description of this video. But congrats on releasing your song, by the way. That's awesome. Good luck. I hope it does well for you. Hope some people check it out. All right, cool. It's actually thawed out quicker than I thought it would, so that's good. Yeah, put the lid on, guys, and it'll definitely thaw a lot quicker for you. Did the gas go off? What's doing? Whew. All right, what am I gonna eat with this meat? That's the question. Or should I cook up all the meat first and put half of it away and then decide what vegetables I'm going to put in it? Or should I just make one big thing of something up and then I can just heat that later? Maybe I'll do that. Option 2. It's going to be easier. Alright. Probably got time yet to do that. Yeah, this is now coming along nicely. cool. Ooh. I just realized, man, I just had this way too close to my freaking battery over there. All right. Can start adding some vegetables in here now. All right, cool. So I'm gonna start adding some vegetables in here now. I got some couscous. I haven't tried yet. And some rice as well. Some rice, fried rice kind of one. Some couscous. And all these like little small ones I haven't tried yet. I might try it now, so I know if it's any good or not. So next time I go to the supermarket, then I'm like yes or no. I think I'll do that. Test out a couple of these now, so I know. So these are like some frozen vegetable kind of things, um, but that I found in the supermarket. And the reason I got them because they're a bit different. Like this one has not only vegetables, but it has some couscous in it and quick quinoa and stuff like that. And then this one has brown rice. So, and then it's got like carrots and peas and string beans and onions and things. So, I'm curious what these are going to be like. So, we'll go ahead and pop them open now. Let's see what they turn out to be like. So I'm going to mix them up. This one's got like red onions and stuff in it. So there we go. Should make a good meal. So you guys know I normally like the potato ones, but like you know the potato, like the Mediterranean potato mix ones that has like the potatoes and things in it. Let's see how this one does. Sweet potato one, really nice as well. Smells freaking incredible. Oh, smells so good. Mmm. Oh, incredible. So that's what we're working with right now. Start putting some spices and seasoning in here. I'm not sure what I want this to taste like at the moment. We could do curry. Can you guys see that all right? You guys know how much I love my curry. So I'll put a little bit of the curry powder in, which I'm low on. I need to get more of this. And some cracked pepper medley. Also a favorite of mine, as you guys know. I'll put a little celery salt. This smell is incredible, guys. I wish you guys could freaking smell this. I know this is gonna taste so good. I'm freaking excited for it. The smells in here right now are insane. Absolutely freaking insane. Oh. I'm glad I decided to go ahead and cook, because freaking I was been like, ah. Whew. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Just about done already, too. Yep, it's done. And it's freaking amazing. Uh-oh. Mm. Mm. Listen to that sizzle, guys. Listen to that sizzle. Time to eat. Yummy. Oh my gosh. Keep that on low. Keep that nice and warm. Thumbnail. Mm. Mm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Mm. Hell yeah. And the frozen turkey did okay. Didn't mind it. Cooked up a lot easier than I thought it would from frozen on this little camp grill. You know, I have my lid. My lid is what made the difference. By keeping it covered, created a little bit of an oven effect, and it thawed out nicely and cooked quickly. So, mm. If you're putting the meat into a dish where it's mixed in with other stuff like rice and quinoa and freaking carrots, peas, corn, onions, green beans, um, uh, green peppers. There's a whole bunch of different things happening in here. So in that case, I can't tell that it was frozen or not. It works. Mm. Thing is, though, if I wanted to make a burger from the frozen turkey mince, it'd be a pain in the butt. I really would need to frost it first. Unless I made some patties first and then put them in the freezer. That's an option. Mm, it's so good. Mm, so good. Mm. There's chickpeas in this too. Jeez, I'm so hungry right now. There may not be much left to save for later. Whew. Take a bite, guys. Go ahead, take a bite. curry powder has just made this freaking crazy dope. That and the cracked pepper. The hint of celery. That's what I'm talking about. You guys already know we're doing water. Woo! It's my favorite brand of water over here. New. I spelled NU. BPA free bottles and all that. Really good spring water though, it tastes nice. I haven't had lunch or anything today at all. Last time I ate was last night. And because of the time right now, I might as well just make this my one and only meal for today. Instead of trying to save this, I think I'm just gonna freaking smash it out the box and finish it up. Because I just haven't had anything else to eat today. I'm feeling like hungry enough to do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna smash it out, guys. I was gonna get 2 meals out of this. Normally I probably could even got 3 meals out of it. but I didn't add enough vegetables. It didn't turn out to be enough really vegetables and things to really spread this out more. So I should have put more vegetables in if I was going to do it that way. But anyways, since this is my only meal today, I could count it as 2 meals technically. I just having both of those meals at the same time, so that counts. All right. Grill is off. Look at that steam. That's how you know. So good. Like I said, sitting here outside. Incredible. I was so hungry. I worked out a little bit today. Just a little bit. So probably added to my appetite right now. All done. clean my plate and the pan. Whew. Hell yeah. Oh. Oh. Whew. That's crazy. I wasn't intending on eating all that right now. I was gonna save half for tomorrow. I was so hungry though. Cause I didn't normally during the day as well, like I would have munched on some food, like, had some crackers or something, right? An oatmeal bar, or something. Today I didn't eat anything. Last time I ate was last night. Whew. Yeah, I feel I ate. But again, since that's going to be my only meal for today, I'm like, you know what I mean? And I did work out today, so. So, I mean, I could have technically stopped eating, but it was so good, and I was like, I kind of let my emotions get the best of me, because I was hungry, but I could have stopped. I could have been like, nope, stop, that's enough. But plus, I think, like, on the flip side, like, if I got hungry later tonight, let's say later I got hungry, and it's like freaking ends up being like midnight or something, I'm like, oh, I should cook up something. You know what I mean? Like, it depends where I'm at, whether I would cook at night. It's been so cold lately, like, I don't even want to open the door. Like, even right now, it's starting to get, a bit cold. All right, oh, that hit. That hit. Mmm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm stalling a little bit because the fun part still has to come me cleaning up. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's pretty quick and easy to do in the car here. But I'm also just letting some of that, letting the car air out any potential gas. I might turn this on to help a little bit. Make sure it's fresh air in here. No carbon monoxide buildup. Cleanups is easy. Start with wet wipes. Don't get any leftover food, which I cleaned this bad boy out so well there isn't any. But use a wet wipe just to get any, potential food particles or excess grease or anything, oils. So do that first. And then it makes it that much easier when you're using your sponge. like that. It's done. I'm just going to take some water, rinse out the soap. All done. Just dry it out. Now it's ready for the next use. Let's put that away. And then this lid. The lid didn't really get that dirty, but let's give it a quick wipe down anyways. Go. Let's dry it off. Just like that. Clean up super easy. Whew, I'm stuffed. I was thinking, like, if I build this other part over here somewhere, maybe I could build somewhere to keep my frying pan and lid permanently instead of sticking it back under here, which is fine, but I've got a lot of stuff just stuck underneath there now. I got my tripods and all kinds of stuff. It's not a big deal, you know, but just having a dedicated place for my frying pan could be a nice thing. Anyways, it's all clean. Ooh, it's not my idea. Put my lid on the frying pan underneath here so that it keeps it clean. Get excess out so it dries quick. Put it back in the bowl. I don't like pouring it out the side, but I get too nervous with my batteries, but I did it far enough away that it was fine. All finito. This back under here. Do that. wipe down my counter, which tends to get very dusty usually. Alright, so wipe down the grill. Again, all those million uses I told you guys that wet wipes are handy for. Cooking cleanup. This camp grill thing, man, is so good. Freaking what a freaking awesome thing. It works so well. After you're done, just take the gas back out. Freaking pop the lid back on. Put it back there, man. Close this up. Stick it back in the case. And you're freaking done. It's that easy. It's not even a big deal. Let's say, like, you guys see how quickly I take everything out, clean up, put everything away, right? Like, the time and the effort, does it, because I was like, thinking, oh man, should build a dedicated freaking stove benchtop thing, right? A lot of people in the vans, that's what they do, right? Have the nice little built-up thing. Sure, if you got the space, and yeah, okay, why not? But dude, seriously, it's not that big of a deal to freaking pop this out on the table. It's a no-brainer. The cost, the time, the effort to build that, the space it takes up, when you can easily just build a bench that you can use it for multiple things, like I do. Come on. Boom. All finished. All finished, man. Like, seriously. Not even difficult. Alright, I got a freaking... One thing I was gonna do the other day, I was close to freaking buying a light. I want to get, like, some LED lights and put around, the car. Like, some that changes the colors, like the ropes, the LED ropes, strip thingies. Maybe get some of those that I can play with to change the lighting to create different atmosphere in here with different colors, or just have it on clear just to create light in here. I was trying to find one that like, I'm looking for the ones that you can plug in straight into USB. I don't want a 12-volt one. And I've seen a USB one, but it didn't change colors. It's a solid. It was more like a sensor one where it comes on if you pass it, it'll come on, kind of thing. Which is kind of cool. Like, it'll automatically come on, automatically go off. But you have to be moving around to keep it on. I don't think it has a switch where you could just keep it on continuously. But I want one of those ropes where I can rope it around here. I rope it from there all around to the other side down where the batteries, and then just create some type of lighting effect in here. I think that'd be pretty dope. But yeah, everything is now clean and finished. Super easy, not even stressful. Which this bench that I built here has been really the game changer for that, because when I had to take the table out the car, which again, it's not technically a big deal, but it is a step of, that you have to, because that means I have to also cook outside, because I have to take the table outside. I mean, on retrospect, I guess before I built this bench though, I could have set my table up by the door here and put it there and do exactly what I'm doing now, that little bench, but at the time I didn't think that way. Because I was just taking the bench and putting it outside and then going outside and cooking and everything, which is fine, it's a good chance to stretch your legs and get some fresh air and stuff, but sometimes you don't really want to do that, right? You don't want to be outside. Especially if it's like muddy or dirty or mosquitoes or whatever's going on, or wet. And that's my only thing at the moment is just if it's raining, I can't open this door and cook. That's the only thing. And maybe I could if I didn't have my batteries right by the door. All my power stuff is right by the door. But rain is the only time I can't really use that. I mean, maybe I could cook in the back here when it rains, maybe. Depends how hard it's raining, but that's the only time when I think, man, it'd be nice to have, the vents and stuff built in here so I can have the door closed and or have a convection, like just a ceramic oven thing that I can, electrical one that I can use inside. Those times I think about it when it's raining. But luckily, it doesn't rain that much in Queensland, so for those times when it is raining, you can kind of treat yourself to eating out, It's a good excuse to eat out then. Alright, everything is clean. My stomach is full. Didn't get one mosquito, not one midgie. So I think this thing does work, because I heard this area is usually full of tons of them, so yeah. What's up, Karen? What's up, Magical? Margarita. Man, you guys are smashing the points, man. You guys are smashing this game. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing these games. That means I probably have enough fresh air in here to close everything up. I might just open it. Slide this other one open for a second just to make sure. So one, and just like that, I changed my mind. Someone just someone just walked by right by my door, like right next to it. Hell no. I don't like that. I do not like that. All right, we need some lights in here and stuff. Oh man, I think I just seen a mosquito. I just seen a mosquito flying in the front, I think. See, I tell you guys something, right? One of the things like about I start getting like I'm just always thinking about when people are like really close to you walking by and stuff. Because they said, I don't know if you guys in Australia, you guys probably watch the news and you know about it, but that dude in Sydney, right? He's talking about that dude in Sydney who got that Delta variant of the corona, who's freaking, went around and infected some people. Well, apparently, one lady, like, it's not like she was even near him for a long period of time. It was like he had just kind of fleeced. They call it fleece, like, just like walked by kind of situation where, like, she must have breathed in his air. Like, so maybe when he exhaled or something like that, she breathed in his air or whatever. And apparently that's how she caught it. Like, it wasn't like he coughed on her or did anything. It was just that closeness, that close vicinity of just her breathing in his air or something is how she freaking caught it apparently. So they're saying like that Delta one, you can catch it just because you were too close enough to someone that you breathe in their air. Like you know what I mean? It could be the residual of their air flowing by and you breathe it in and boom, that's how apparently. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's an obvious thing where like, someone's coughing or doing that or whatever, Um, so like I don't know. That's what they said in the news, like that she was so close. Somehow she's breathing, fleece. They call it fleece. I don't know, it's fleece contact or something where it's like just in passing. She's sitting. So imagine she's sitting outside having a coffee or something, and he walks by, and somehow I guess she must have breathed in his air or something, which is gross. Yeah, guys, it is gross. And but the worst thing about it being gross is the fact that she caught corona because of it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like, I just think about this stuff all the time. I don't see people walking too close to me in my space. If you walk right by my freaking door, um, and I'm right here, that's not 1.5 meters even. You know what I mean? So I just think about all that stuff. So I don't know. Makes me uncomfortable. But I've definitely seen a mosquito or something flying up there. Uh-huh. There it is. Oh, that's a fly right there. Freaking fly in here too. Damn it. Flies are gross. I don't know if I got him with the roasting tray or if I missed him. Another use for roasting trays. Trying to kill flies. So the problem with having a fly in here right now, which makes it worse, is because like it'd be different if I was going to drive somewhere. I wasn't planning on driving anywhere right now, right? I was going to stay another night, so that means that fly is in here all night long and contaminating my vehicle and stuff, you know what I mean? Which is not good. So how am I going to get him out? He's on the window. Fly out. Ugh. He won't leave. Sucks, man, because these flies make you have to kill them. I don't want to kill you. I just want you to leave. Ow. Ouch. 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 It's freaking blown up. Problem is, I think there's two in here. Oh, guess we're gonna be having to kill a fly too, because if it ain't out now, given it opportunity to leave, given it huge opportunities to leave, but what can I do? can I do? I don't hear it. Charlene knows, how is the bed faith better being up off the floor? Oh yeah, it's it's definitely better than being on the floor because it's warmer. You know, the higher up you are, the warmer you are potentially because cold air, you know, settles and hot air rises. So definitely warmer. 'If you need one of those plastic fly swatters, yeah, I definitely do. Or some chopsticks. I've done that before with chopsticks. I've actually caught flies with my hand like this before. I've done that a few times. Like I can do it, like just like that. Like I'm quick. I'll be like that. I'm quick. Yeah, Karen, exactly. Since the stuff started, just try to stay at home. Yep. Feels the safest. Absolutely. If you don't have to be out and about, then don't be out and about. No need to these days. See the problem, Karen? You're saying they're thinking about doing a Snap 3 lockdown if they get more. They if they're already thinking of it, they should just do it. Like why be like, oh we'll hold out and wait and see. Like by then you've had more cases. Just freaking do it already. Prevention's the best cure. Just do it. On the safe side, just do it already. That's the way I see it. Exactly, Charlene. Tell him get away from my door. Yeah, exactly, Karen. Indian code is so bad you can catch it by just walking past someone. Exactly. It's messed up. Yeah, I've been keeping good, Karen. How about you? Multi-purpose roasting tray. Exactly. Gift that keeps on giving. Agree, Faith. Shut it down. Exactly. Just shut it down. Just do it. Why contemplate? Oh, I don't know. We'll get some more. We'll do it then. Like freaking, why wait? Just do it now. Get it done with as a preventative measure, and then you know you're good. I don't understand the logic. Exactly, Charlene. Yep. In Queensland, they just shut it down. They don't wait and see. Well, let's see if we get 30. We'll shut it down. Like, no, just do it. Prevention's the best cure. That's all. Like, just do it. Because the chances are they're going to end up doing it anyways. If they're already thinking they should do it, that they might do it, if they're already thinking that, that means they already know they're probably going to do it. So just freaking do it. If you're at the stage where you're thinking this might be a good idea, that means it's probably a good idea. Just do it. Oh, that's awesome, Karen. Yeah, teach yourself how to use some tools and stuff. Like that's I encourage everyone to freaking do that, man. Like it's so rewarding. It's the best feeling ever when you freaking, you know, when you do something yourself that you didn't even know you could do until you did it. It's freaking awesome. All right, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in with me. I love all you guys so freaking much. People whine, they just need to get over it. Lives are more important than going out for coffee. Exactly, Charlene. Facts. That's facts. Very, very freaking true. Very, very freaking true. But guys, thank you for tuning in. I love you guys heaps. I'm pretty good on the tools, but the cat ate some wires, so I had to go at soldering. Ah, wow. Cats can't live with them, and you well, you could probably live without them. What's up, Tim? But yeah, guys. Um, Tim, your timing sucks. I'm like, I'm like gonna end the stream. uh, I need to go to the toilet. So I was like thinking I might as well end the stream now and go to the toilet and you know get all tucked in and ready for the night instead of making this a 6 hour or 10 hour stream. We've been on for 3 hours and a half, so that's pretty good, pretty long enough, I think. Plus, I've got some other videos I need to edit. Um, I've got some new videos that I'm gonna upload, anyways. No, I feel you, Tim. Sorry, I hear you. I understand. Like I normally would go longer. Um, as you guys know, I do the long streams. But I was just going to go to toilet and then start working on these other videos that I need to work on. Um, I've got a couple I want to edit up and upload for you guys, and also I'm thinking of even. I mean, it's kind of tricky doing anything. I was going to do a reaction video or something like that, but because of where I'm parked at the moment, I don't really want the music too loud because the music might end up being too loud, and I don't really want to be that person that the music's too loud and people are like, eh. So I might. Anyways, I love you guys. Expect a video to be uploaded sometime over the next 6 maybe 6 hours. Sometime over the next 6 hours or so, there should be a video uploaded. Um, yeah, so maybe, possibly, um, yeah, I would say roughly around 6 hours from now, there'd probably be a video going live. So about 9:45 Eastern U.S. time, 6:45 Western U.S. time, 11:45 Australian um, Queensland time, PM. So, all right, guys, I love you guys. Take care. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. All you fathers, again, I hope you've had a good Father's Day. And, guys, as always, remember to lead one to the fullest and to keep it off tap, out. Oh, why did it snap my fingers? That's so stupid. I'm freaking on a live stream. I can snap my fingers and make the stream in. I was like, okay, I'm finished. No, wait. My... Oh, that's funny. Oh. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. I love you. All right. See you, Karen. See you, Jazzy. See you, Tim. See you, Charlene, Nicole. Anyone else is in here? See all of you guys. There's tons of you guys. Also watching and you're not in the chat. See all you guys later. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll catch you guys later. I'll probably, I am going to start doing the daily live streams again. I just don't know what time of the day they will be. I don't know if there'll be a set regular time every day for the live streams, but I'm going to do those in conjunction with still uploading videos. So chances are, like, if I upload a video at the PM, like let's say it's late at night or something, then I probably will go live the opposite side of that so that that video has time to freaking work its magic. Unless unless it's on one of my other channels. So if it's on one of my other channels, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll just upload it when I upload it. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter if it's live stream or upload or whatever. If it's on my other channel, I'll just upload it when I'm ready to upload. When it's ready to be uploaded. So, but if it's a live stream on the same channel as this channel is upload a video on, expect there to be a little bit of a gap between the time that I go live and the time that I've dropped that video, just so that video has time to simmer a bit, or the live stream has time to simmer. Do you know what I mean? So I probably won't ever do them back to back. I could, depends if it was related. Like, I can do a premiere and then, go straight from a live stream straight to a premiere of a video. That could possibly happen. Actually, there's a good chance that could definitely happen, where I do a live stream first, and then from that live stream I go into a premiere of a video. I think that might actually possibly happen, but I don't think it would happen the other way around, where I go from a premiere of a video and then into a live stream. So it won't happen that ways, but it could happen the other way. So, but all right, guys, I love you. I shall chat to you guys later. And yeah, I'm going. I love you guys. All right.